Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of DEMOMAN. Today we're playing a game called Factorio. According to the Steam page, this is a game about building and creating automated factories to produce items of increasing complexity within an infinite 2D world. Use your imagination to design your factory, combine simple elements into ingenious structures, and finally protect it from creatures who don't really like you. This is an early access game. It's apparently in alpha, although they've been working on it for over 4 years. The game, according to them, is very stable and highly optimized for prolonged gameplay and creating huge factories. And you can see, I'm just going to quickly mention this. You can see where the game is incomplete, even from the demo. Like, there are things missing, and the HUD is, the general graphical interface is a bit clunky in places. But overall, I can see, hours and hours of play you could get from this in the full game. In terms of the amount of content that this game provides, I'd say there's a good hour of content in here, and it's given through missions that sort of gradually introduce the concepts of the game, kind of adding new elements you can add to your factory, and I think it's a really satisfactory demo. I think it gives you a great taste of what the game's like, and it does let you ramp into the more complex factories to an extent. And there's plenty of content here. And so let's get into actually playing it. Let's start the campaign. You get the first mission, the sort of starting mission. I have completed it already, and we're gonna start with level 2 instead of level 1. And I don't know if it's gonna give me all the tutorials. This looks like an abandoned mining site. It sort of strings you along with the story. Basically, your ship's crashed on an abandoned planet. Okay, it is giving me all the tabs. Okay, so basically the story is I've walked into an abandoned mine. I found some coal. Let's drop some coal in here. Okay, I'll explain all this to you guys. So, what we have here are deposits of stone, coal, and iron. So to harvest these, since I have a pickaxe, I haven't equipped the ammo for my gun. That'll be important later. Okay, so we have these, there's also copper ore. So we have, and there are enemies. So enemies, okay, before we get into the actual mining, it's a mining game. Before we actually get into that though, enemies do attack you, and eventually they will start destroying your buildings. So there is like a constant threat throughout, and that's pretty cool. Okay, so the goal of this game is to mine ores. You see, we've got stone up here. I haven't actually gotten a stone mine to work. I don't know if it was a bug or something, but I couldn't get it, but it's okay. You can mine stone. There's coal, there's iron, and there's copper. So, how do we get these ores? Well, it's actually kind of Minecraft style. The way this game plays feels like Minecraft meets Don't Starve to me. Don't Starve because of the top-down perspective and the fact that you are in a pretty, a wasteland, which does have environmental things and stuff, there are things in your way kind of idea. And Minecraft, in that you hold down right click to break anything, and you can left click on this toolbar to place things. If you push E, you can see your inventory and you can craft all these things. There was no need for a crafting table as far as I got in the demo, just furnaces to smelt ores. So that's alright. So, that's how you can do it. You can mine things. I can mine any of these. That's fine. But if I want to get automated, and of course I want to get automated, it's a game about making automated factories, we can use these mining drills. So this mining drill, it's a burner mining drill, so it runs on coal. It's got coal in it. Oh, it's actually out of coal. Good call. And it's gonna mine this coal. And then you can see here, that little arrow shows me where the coal is going to get dumped out. So we have a convenient conveyor belt here. It dumps it onto the conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt takes it to this item here called the burner inserter, which basically picks up an item and moves it into the adjacent item container. And as we see here, since you don't have to smelt coal, that's it. We just put it into our chest and we're ready to collect it. While here, this is out of fuel as well. While here, the mined ore gets put into a burner inserter, and the burner inserter puts it into a furnace instead of just straight up a chest. And now we have lots of iron. So it wants me to rebuild it. I don't know why. Okay. So, yep. Yeah, I can rotate things with R. Oh, and that's out of fuel because I had to break it. Of course it is. It's also like Minecraft in that you can do things like right click to take half of a stack. I do that a lot. And you can use like shift click and control click, all sorts of things to quickly get things where you want them. And why don't we, since you see there's a lot of iron building up on this conveyor belt, we're going to build another furnace inserter and another furnace, and we're going to get more smelting going on. Oop, wait, that was the wrong spot, I think. Right? Yeah, we want it closer. Alright, let's just get this in here. And that's how it goes for these early parts. You're one by one building these different buildings. This is going to go there. Eventually, we're going to start mining copper ore. And with copper ore, we can make copper wires. And with copper wires, we can eventually make electric systems. And I have a save already made. I think it's really hard to show this game to you guys, because it is pretty tedious and it's not that fun to watch in a YouTube video. I can imagine this being a really good streaming game, actually, because like it kind of, oh, this is out of fuel. Yeah, so this is a save I already made to show you guys the more complex. This is the very end of the demo. So you can see here we're using radars to scan the surrounding territory. When this mission is done, that's the end of the demo, but I think there's a sufficient amount of content for a demo. It's about an hour, and it ramps up to this level. This is as complicated as it's going to get. And continuing my last thought, I think this is a great streaming game because like it kind of is busy work, but then there's sort of a finesse to it, you know, how you arrange things, and but as you're refueling coal and stuff, you can read chat and that kind of thing. So it's sort of like, what's that game, Stardew Valley? It's not like Stardew Valley has all the story stuff, but I could see the appeal sort of overlapping there. And okay, there's lots. So yeah, I have a oops, I didn't mean to do that. So I have a huge amount of resources here. Let's get everything from the furnaces. And you'll see I have all these power cables going around. So obviously my furnaces are still running on coal, but I'm not using any of those burner anymore. What I'm using instead is a steam engine. So it collects water from here, and we feed the water into the steam engine. However, the steam engine can't just work with water at room temperature. Oh, enemies. Oh, okay. And this is the level where the enemies start destroying the things you've built. This burner is at half health. Boiler, I mean, is at half health because a rat attacked it, and so you can't go too far. You got to keep a good eye on everything. And I also have an SMG now. I'm not using my pistol. Anyway, so yeah, you can't use the water at room temperature, so you have to have boilers going into it, and so that's an extra level of complexity. You have to have the boilers, each of which has to be individually kept up to par with fuel. And then we have the small electric poles, that blue field. The electric pole will power anything in that field around it. And so I have this, and these radars don't really do anything for me. They're just progressing the story mission. And then so we're using these electric poles to power these electric mining drills, which are extra efficient. And I got these little conveyor belts, and that's how it goes. Let's build some more radars. Something cool about this game is that, so for example, we want to build a radar. Where are radars? Yeah. So we need 5 iron gear wheels and 5 electronic circuits, as well as the raw materials. But I can just make the radar, and it'll automatically build everything that has to be crafted, like all the mid steps, and that's really nice. But yeah, and my only real other complaint about the graphic interface is that it's just a bit clunky. There's no like specific problems with it. It's all functional. It just feels a little off sometimes, but that's perfectly okay. We're also going to need some poles. Oh, I have some poles. That's okay. So let's just extend this grid in preparation for some more radars. Oh, I haven't quite figured out why you can't put things down sometimes. I'm not sure what makes you able to or not able to put things down. It's been really inconsistent for me, but we'll see. Oh, I also have a coal mine down there, which I forgot to harvest a minute ago. Let's go grab some more coal. All right. And like I said, the demo ends at the end of this objective. This is the entirety of this level. Level 3, you build up to this point. You only start with one steam engine, and you build up to this point. But then, if you see, there's also all sorts of stuff here. Like, if I wanted to, I could expand a lot. I don't need to expand a lot. Like, I have a huge excess of resources, so I don't need to, but... And you can see how, like, if I actually wanted to expand that far, and I wasn't just playing for a really short term for a demo. Yes, I can't figure out, and if I wasn't playing really short term for a demo, I would want to build a lot more efficiently than this, but I can't tell what makes you able to or not able to put something down somewhere. Oh god. I can't shoot while I'm placing something, which is annoying, but it's okay. It's okay. So anyway. Oh, I have poles. Cool. So yeah, but I'm building this quite inefficiently, and you can see how much room there is for improvement. As someone who enjoys sort of micromanaging and stuff, I could see myself getting a lot of enjoyment from doing this. And the cool thing is, like, building the things like this goes fine for the story missions. And I think where this game would be really cool as having a campaign like this, you know, where you sort of learn everything, and then having a sandbox mode where you really get to go crazy, and a Steam Workshop kind of thing where you get to see other people's things. It's basically like, I want this to be like SimCity or City Skylines, but industrial. Instead of building a city, you're building a factory. Factory architect kind of thing. That's what I think this game. That's what I want this game to be, and I think this game does a great job of it. Everything works together really well. I don't know if it's just a demo or if the actual game's like this, but I don't think it teaches everything to you in the best way it could. It's mostly just blocks of text at once, which is a little annoying, but in the options you do get every single control, and you can oh, I didn't even see all these. So you can remap all of them, which is great. I'm not doing anything. So you can remap everything, so that's nice. In the full game, like, this game is overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. I think there's a lot to get from the full game. I'm really impressed with this. I think I'm gonna buy this game. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with it. In terms of the graphics, it's kind of just what you see here. Like, it's all functional. It looks nice. I have a lot of trouble distinguishing these things. They're all so small, so close together. But I don't know. Maybe that's something that would get better over early access. It's all very bleak, except the water, I guess. But I think that's intentional. But everything does just kind of blend together, I guess. That's my biggest criticism of the graphics. But it's all very functional. It's all like high enough fidelity, I think. In my opinion, at least. And I was actually pleasantly impressed with the soundtrack. Like, there's some really cool sort of space sci-fi things going on, and I wasn't expecting that at all. But like, none of it's playing now, but especially at nighttime, I really enjoyed listening to the soundtrack. That was a surprising quality of the game that was really, really good to me. I could see this game being fun for hours and hours and hours. So if that, maybe if that, like, Tycoon, like there hasn't been a great Tycoon game in a while, has there? And we got City Skylines, but if you're still itching for a good builder management game, I think Factorio is a really strong option. There's a screen at the end that says, you know, that they've sold over 110,000 copies on their website, something like that, and it seems like, and it said the devs are working full time. Like, this is an early access game that I think is worth playing, and there is a campaign, but it doesn't even seem like too risky to buy in early access. Okay. All right. It gives you a little alert if any of your machines are being eaten, so I don't have to worry too much about that unless it tells me to worry. So I would highly recommend this game. And you see here, there's a day-night system. It doesn't seem to affect when monsters spawn. I've been attacked by monsters equally at day and at night, but that's fine. It probably matters if there's solar energy or something. And the screenshots on Steam, like, there are like trains and crazy, crazy stuff. So yeah, that's Factorio. The demo in the game. Please give this game a look. I can't recommend I give this a very high recommendation. But until then, this has been DemoMan. I'll see you guys next time.